What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. Hey, in this video I wanted to talk specifically about weapon balance. Now, I'm not talking about subclass balances or class balances or ability balances or grenade balances or anything like that. This is specifically and deliberately all about guns and gun balance. So if I was in charge of the Crucible team and I had some things that I wanted to get taken care of, some balancing issues that I wanted to get taken care of, here are some of the things that would be on my list. Now, I've been I guess I'm making this video in response to a lot of the things that I've seen lately, a lot of the questions that I've been specifically asked, some of the tweets that I've seen, some of the statistics that I've seen. The shotguns are running the Crucible right now. They are completely and utterly dominating the Crucible right now. If you look at the statistics and the breakdowns, there's no way around it. You can't explain it away. You can't excuse it away. That is the nature of the Crucible right now. Now, before you get all bent out of shape about anything, I am not advocating that we nerf shotguns. In fact, what I'm going to say is that a lot of the nerfs that they've done to other things have eliminated our ability to combat shotguns effectively in close range consistently as a player base. I'm not talking about the best of the best learn how to deal with shotguns. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the majority of the player base has lost its ability to consistently outperform shotguns when they have to. So, why is that? What can we do to fix that? Here are some of the things that I would recommend, okay? Unnerf snipers. I'm going to start with special weapons here. Let's talk about snipers. Let's unnerf snipers. And let's talk specifically what I mean by that. Okay, let's unnerf the zoom value. Return the zoom values of all the scopes to their original design, including my beloved Defiance of Yasmin. Yes, bring the zoom values back to what they originally were on those short-range scopes. Okay, please and thank you. Okay, let's do that. Let's also let's reduce the aim down sights time. Okay, they nerfed snipers and increased the zoom time. Okay. And in my opinion, that made it so much more difficult to deal with rushing shotgunners. I know we're talking about just a few frames, but it adds up. It does matter. It certainly does matter. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't have made that change in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So that change matters. Let's unnerf the snipers in their zoom time, okay? That way, it's not an absolute necessity to have quick draw or snapshot on a sniper and then still struggle to quickly switch to your sniper and place an accurate shot on a rushing shotgunner. Okay, now you may say, well, hey, but Ryan, Bungie said that they specifically want snipers not to be able to do that kind of thing. They want them to be long-range weapons that you stand back and you try and get picks at a long range. Okay, I understand that. That's what a sniper rifle is. But you know what? Let's be honest. That playstyle doesn't work. It doesn't work in Destiny. This isn't combined arms. This is, 99% of the time we're playing Crucible, if not more, it's not combined arms. That playstyle, it doesn't work. Let's get back towards some of the year one sniping. Okay. Now, the one thing I will say is I'm fine with the AA nerf. They dropped the aim assist on a number of snipers. That's fine. I don't care about that. That's fine. Leave it lower. It doesn't bother me. But let me zoom in faster and let me zoom in less, so that I can use it effectively in close quarters. Because you know what? Map design and mobility are big factors in Destiny that are something we need to talk about. Because if you want us to use snipers in long range and long sight lines, they aren't very abundant with these maps that we're playing. Not only that, but you can close gaps like really freaking fast in Destiny, like really freaking fast. So let's just do away with that. Okay, I get that was the idea. Maybe in Destiny 2 we can make sniping a little bit more like that. Take map design and mobility into account when we're working on that. But for Destiny 1, doesn't work. Let's let them be able to combat shotguns in close quarters. If you're an extremely accurate player, you switch to your sniper, you get a quick scope right to the dome, you deserve that kill. Good for you. Sweet. Let's do it. I know that's not real life, but this is Destiny. We're flying around in spaceships and shooting aliens, okay? You can't make that argument. So snipers, let's unnerf them for the most part. Sidearms I think are great right now. I love sidearms. You see a lot of gameplay here where I'm using a sidearm. I think sidearms are fantastic weapons. I love them. Fusion rifles, here's what I would do. Increase projectile speed a little bit. Let's increase projectile speed just a little bit. And on top of that, let's increase in-air accuracy. You know why? Because shotguns don't get punished when they're airborne. Your accuracy, I mean, a lot of shotgunners use the aerial space. They make vertical approaches that come down on top of your noggin. So in order to combat that with a fusion rifle, unfortunately with a fusion rifle, you pretty much just have to have your feet planted unless you have Icarus or you get lucky, right? They don't consistently do well from the air at all. Sometimes they don't consistently do well with your feet firmly planted either, but that's neither here nor there. Let's give them a little bit more aerial accuracy. Not much, just a little bit, so that we can do the same thing because honestly, it's a lot more difficult to jump and pre-fire and everything. You should be rewarded if you can do that with some extra accuracy with a fusion rifle, in my opinion. Let's go on to shotguns, okay? I don't really think we need to nerf shotguns, but you know, some people may argue no, but for serious, we really do. I have to say, if anything at all changes about shotguns, hey, let me just say, in the past, I like what they've done. The big thing to me was the weapon handling speed, like being able to pull it up out of sprint or out of a jump and quickly ADS and shoot. That got taken care of, and that's fine. I like that. So where they are right now, I think is fine, but if anything at all, just to promote a little bit more diversity, maybe just drop the range cap on the high impact variants. Just a little bit. That would be it. Other than that, I think they're fine. Moving on to the primary weapons. Primary weapons, alright. Oh, sorry if you hear my daughter. She's sitting on my lap, and she's kind of in and out of sleep. But anyways, let's talk primaries. ARs. Buff them. Let's buff them, those ARs. Let's do it. You know, I remember playing in the, specifically, I remember the beta, and I recorded gameplay in the beta. I even posted my very first Destiny video in the beta, and I was running around with a Cydonia. I remember that back when, if you landed your shots, you were rewarded with an AR. Right now with an AR, it's just, oh man, they're pretty garbo, to be honest. They are just pretty downright awful. That's the reason why they are rarely ever used in the Crucible. And, you know, hard light, let's buff the stability. Let's buff the stability on hard light, as well as giving ARs a slight damage increase. More damage increase for the slow rate of fire ones, a little less damage increase for the high rate of fire ones. They're the ones that are most usable right now, to be honest. Okay, so maybe reduce their potential time to kill if you land all of your shots by maybe 20%. That's what I would say. So, pulses, I think pulses are fine. Generally speaking, pulse rifles are in a good spot right now. The only thing I would change is I would target some of the exotics and make them exotic, you know what I mean? Make them exotic. Like Bad Juju, let's increase the stability on Bad Juju and the base range value just a little bit. Let's make them usable. Right now, not really usable, to be honest. No one's going to pick that over a Last Word or, you know, other exotics that you can do, Truth, you know, all this business. They're just not going to do it. You know, maybe you're the one person who's like, no, but I love Bad Juju, I use it all the time. First, I would say, do you really? And secondly, I would say, if it's true, good for you, but you are the, you know, overwhelming minority in that case. So let's buff Bad Juju, let's buff Red Death a little bit too, let's give Red Death a little bit more base stability. That's all I would do to that. Scouts, I think, are relatively fine. I think they're primarily PvE weapons, and I'm okay with that. Not everything has to be a PvP powerhouse, and in their right circumstances, scouts can be fantastic weapons in the Crucible right now. I don't know that I would really change anything about them. Hand cannons, I know this may be unpopular opinion, but hand cannons are some of the best weapons in the game right now. I don't think they need to be changed or rebalanced, you know, much, if at all. I know a lot of people complain about ghost, quote-unquote, ghost bullets. If they changed that, if hand cannons were 100% accurate at a significant range, they would be blatantly overpowered. Completely and blatantly overpowered. I know you say, well, let's make the range be a factor with the damage drop-off. Make it do 0 damage at that range. I get that, but even if they're 100% accurate in close quarters with the amount of damage output that they have, and they would just still be dramatically overpowered, I think. I think buffing hand cannons would be a bad idea. That's just my opinion. There would have to be some really fine-tuning that went into it if you were going to do an accuracy buff. You'd really have to take into consideration, well, do we need to take away the potential to 3-tap with a hand cannon? I think you'd seriously have to consider that with the damage output of those things. But anyways, so those are just some of my thoughts for the Crucible right now, weapon balancing across the boards. I think to go into depth on everything would take like half an hour or like a full podcast episode, which I'm not going to make you sit through. But those are just some of my initial thoughts. What do you think? What changes would you make? What do you think about the current state of the Crucible? And do you agree? Do you disagree? And just remember, I would encourage you, if you made it this far in the video, feel free to disagree with anything that I said and post it in the comments section. But please, be mature in the way that you do it. The comment section can get pretty feisty when people just start raging. They're like, you said something about snipers and they're already OP. And you want to start swearing and insulting people's grandmothers. Take a deep breath, calm your body. This is a video game. Just talk about it maturely and adult-like, and you'll get along just fine. But I have a tendency just to start purging people from the comment section. If they get super reactionary, start swearing up a storm and insulting other people, it annoys me and it bothers me, and I don't want it on my channel, so I just kind of go ahead and block it. But that's just the way that I handle it. So please feel free to disagree and have great civil conversations in the comment section about weapon balancing, because this is how we help refine the game that we love. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the Crucible.